You've probably heard all the advice about tracking every penny, cutting lattes, and grinding through budgets. But here's the truth. That busy work keeps you stuck, chasing small wins that never compound. Money doesn't grow from daily discipline. It multiplies when you install a few tiny, high-leverage fixes that work automatically. I've been there spinning my wheels for years until I realized the real shift comes from one-time setups that trap surplus before you can spend it. Today, I'll walk you through three simple fixes: the profit floor that automates your savings, the 90-10 filter to laser focus your effort, and the friction killers that boost returns without extra work. Stick around, these take just 20 minutes to set up but beat a year of willpower every time. Let me start with the foundation, building your profit floor. Why does this matter first? If your paycheck lands straight into your checking account, that money feels like yours to spend right away. Friction kicks in bills, impulse buys, subscriptions, and before you know it, there's nothing left for investing. You end up living paycheck to paycheck even if your income is decent. The stakes are high. Without this floor, your wealth stays flat because you're always reacting, never building. But master it and you create automatic surplus that compounds quietly, freeing up mental space and time for bigger moves. What exactly is the profit floor? It's a pay-yourself-first system where you split your income the moment it arrives, directing portions to wealth building before you touch the rest. No more manual budgeting apps or willpower tests, just rules that move money on autopilot. Here's how to set it up. Start with your direct deposit. Contact your employer or bank to split your paycheck into multiple accounts. Route 60% to essentials like rent and groceries in your main checking. Send 20% straight to a high-yield savings or money market for wealth acceleration. From there, automate 10% to an emergency buffer in a separate high-yield account. Aim for 3 to 6 months expenses. The last 10% goes to fund so you don't feel deprived. Adjust this template seasonally. Bump wealth allocation during bonuses or tax refunds. For the quick win, open a brokerage account today. Platforms like Vanguard or Fidelity make it free and easy. Set up recurring buys into broad market index funds like a total stock market ETF. It takes 10 minutes, and once it's running, your money grows without you lifting a finger. I did this years ago, and it turned sporadic savings into steady compounding. Watch out for common mistakes, though. Don't rely on manual transfers. They're easy to forget when life gets busy. Avoid spreading into too many funds. That just complicates tracking and racks up fees. And never chase hot sectors like tech or crypto fads. Stick to diversified indexes for reliable growth. Oh, and build that emergency cash first. Skipping it leaves you vulnerable to dipping into investments during tough spots. To upgrade, add auto-escalation. Program your contributions to increase by 1% every quarter. Tie it to a salary raise capture policy. When you get a bump, route the entire raise to your wealth bucket. This keeps your lifestyle from creeping up and ensures your floor rises with you. The result? Your money works harder from day one, creating a safety net that actually grows. Now that your profit floor is locked in, you're protected from spending traps. Next, let's amplify returns by focusing your time and decisions where they count most, your personal ROI per hour. With your basics automated, the real multiplier comes from where you direct your energy. Why bother with this filter? Most of us scatter our time across a dozen small tasks that barely move the needle, checking emails endlessly, tweaking minor expenses, jumping on every side hustle idea. But here's the hard fact: only about 10% of your actions drive 90% of your results. The rest, it's just noise that dilutes your momentum and keeps wealth out of reach. I've wasted months on low-impact stuff, watching my progress stall while others pulled ahead. Get this right, though, and you reclaim hours, stack compounding wins, and see your income and freedom accelerate fast. So what is the 90-10 decision filter? It's a simple two-pass system to evaluate every opportunity based on three criteria: compounding potential, how much control you have over it, and how quickly it delivers upside. You run choices through it ruthlessly, cutting the junk and doubling down on what scales your money and time. First pass: eliminate the distractions. Ask if it has low control, like market trends you can't influence, or low leverage where the effort won't multiply later. Does it offer little learning that carries over? Skip coupon clipping or agonizing over pennies on groceries. Those eat time without building skills or assets. I used to obsess over every receipt, but it just left me exhausted with zero net gain. Second pass: prioritize the keepers. Focus on high-leverage moves like building automation or systems that run without you, or investing in skills that open doors. Look for durable compounding, things like growing an audience, writing code for passive tools, or creating assets that generate income ongoing. And favor short feedback loops where you see results in weeks, not years, to build momentum. In your career, this means negotiating better compensation packages, specializing in high-value niches like data analysis or sales funnels, and stacking rare skills that make you indispensable. For business, chase recurring revenue streams, smart distribution channels, and offers that scale effortlessly. Think online courses or software over one-off services. When it comes to money specifically, apply the filter here too. Max your employer's 401k match first, it's free money with zero risk. Then tackle debt where interest exceeds a 7% threshold, paying it down aggressively. After that, pour into broad market indexes for steady growth. Only chase advanced plays like real estate or individual stocks once those foundations are maxed. Otherwise, you're gambling without a base. Your quick win: block out a weekly ROI hour. Just 60 minutes dedicated to one action that could boost your monthly cash flow by $100 or more, like researching a skill certification or pitching a raise. I started this routine and landed a 15% salary bump in 3 months by prepping targeted talking points. Common pitfalls: don't optimize trivial costs, like negotiating every cable bill. That's low-leverage busy work. Avoid spreading thin across too many projects, it kills focus. And steer clear of chasing shiny new trends over steady improvements. Novelty feels exciting but rarely pays off long-term. For the upgrade, build a stop list each quarter. Jot down activities that fail the filter, like low-paying gigs or endless networking events. Commit to dropping them and you'll reclaim 5 to 10 hours a week. Suddenly, your effort aligns with real wealth creation, not just survival. This filter transformed my output. Once I cut the noise, opportunities started compounding in ways I couldn't ignore. You've concentrated your time on high-impact moves, with cash starting to flow steadily. Now, one subtle fix amplifies every dollar by slashing hidden drags that erode gains. Even with focused effort and automated inflows, tiny frictions can quietly sabotage your progress. Why does this hit so hard? Small costs compound devastatingly. A 1% annual fee on investments might seem minor, but over 30 years it can have your returns through lost compounding. Taxes bite similarly if you're not strategic, and constant decision-making leads to fatigue, where you tinker impulsively and undo your setup. I learned this the hard way. Early on, advisor fees and scattered accounts cost me thousands in unnecessary drag, keeping my net worth stagnant. Eliminate these and your money multiplies faster with less stress and oversight needed. The core of killing friction is standardizing on low-cost, efficient tools while locking in rules that prevent emotional overrides. You create a system where gains stick, not slip away. Start with fees, switch to broad market, low-cost index funds from providers like Vanguard. Their expense ratios hover under 0.1% versus 1% or more in actively managed funds. Ditch layered products like hyphy annuities or wrapped advisors. They add costs without proportional value. Always check your statements, know every ratio cold, and move assets if they're above 0.2% without justification. On taxes, sequence your contributions smartly. Prioritize tax-advantaged accounts starting with your HSA for triple tax benefits if eligible, then max an IRA and hit the 401k up to the employer match. Where possible, harvest tax losses annually by selling underperformers to offset gains. It's legal and straightforward in most brokerage apps. And hold investments long-term to qualify for lower capital gains rates. Selling too soon triggers higher ordinary income taxes that eat your profits. To combat decision fatigue, pre-commit to rules. Rebalance your portfolio on a fixed schedule, like annually rather than reacting to market dips. Ban mid-year strategy shifts unless your life circumstances change dramatically. Assign a single default fund per goal, say, a target date fund for retirement, so choices stay simple. Quick win: audit your current setup this week. Pull statements from all accounts, tally expense ratios and any advisory fees eating 1% of assets under management. Shift to low-cost alternatives immediately. Even dropping from 1% to 0.1% can boost your annual returns by hundreds, instantly raising your net worth trajectory. I audited mine and saved $800 a year just by consolidating. Add behavioral guardrails to stay disciplined. Impose a 30-day waiting period for any hot tip from friends or news, most fizzle out. Use a 2-day rule for changes. Sleep on it twice before executing, and automate rebalancing through your brokerage to remove the temptation entirely. For the upgrade, organize into buckets. Keep short-term needs in high-yield cash, mid-term goals in bonds for stability, and long-term growth in equities. This structure removes the urge to raid investments for non-emergencies, letting each bucket compound independently. Over time, these tweaks turn friction into fuel. Your dollars work harder, decisions simplify, and wealth builds with minimal intervention. You'll notice the difference in your statements within months, as returns climb without added effort. You've built a floor, aimed effort, and cut drag. Now the compounding loop runs with minimal maintenance and fewer decisions. Consistency plus leverage creates nonlinear outcomes. Sporadic actions reset compounding. Use a monthly checklist, auto-raise contributions with pay increases, sweep surplus into investments monthly. Reinvest windfalls, convert skills to income jumps via negotiations. Quarterly, stop low ROI tasks, double down on winners, update allocations. Quick win, first 15 protocol, confirm automations, deploy surplus, schedule ROI hour. Avoid overhauls after bad months, mixing goals or lifestyle creep. Wait, no, condense. This loop enforces capture, amplify, repeat without extra work. Auto-raise on raises, reinvest windfalls, quarterly review to prune and update. First 15 monthly check keeps it light. Skip mistakes like reactive changes or creep. Wealth multiplies via tiny fixes, trapping gains and focusing effort. Set one automation, ROI hour, friction kill today, watch 90 days. For advanced playbook next video. Subscribe for weekly fixes.